Callaway Ballistics in Birmingham, Alabama. I'm Wesley Givens, and we're going to do a tour of the process of the ammunition that comes into our plant here. We get it in several different ways, but we'll do the worst case scenario. Typically, the worst case scenario is we get ammunition in bulk like this, all calibers mixed together, all kinds of condition. From here, we would go into a room where we will sort it out. We run a mechanical sorting machine, but it's still a pretty high labor intensive, hands-on kind of an operation. Pretty noisy, pretty dusty, still dirty at this point. And separate out into specific calibers that we're going to process and load. Once we have a batch of a specific caliber, 9mm is our most common by far. So once we have a batch of 9mm, we'll go back outside here. Kind of noisy, but we use a process that we refined over time to rinse and detergent wash and remove the tarnish on older cases, as well as clean up any residues or whatnot. From that point, then we're going to take those clean cases that are wet. They'll dry tumble in another tumbler like this, in dry media, walnut, corn cob, whatever's available at the time these days. And that not only final finishes and polishes the brass, also takes the rest of the moisture out from the wash. Once that's done, then we'll move back inside. And since we are talking about 9mm, this is the way the 9mm is going to come out of that wash and tumble. Nice and clean, pretty, ready to start processing. We'll run that through a roll sizer, which does our first stage of the actual mechanical processing of the cartridge case. The operator in this room is going to not only be roll sizing the cases, if there are some that got mixed in from the sorting process, he's going to pick those out by hand. So we come out with just 9mm cases out of this room. We'll move out here onto the production floor. The rolled size cases, probably empty. Yep, we processed them all. Roll size cases will come to here and run through. They look like the rest of our loading machines, but these are just used for processing the cases. These are going to push the spent primers out. They're going to swage the primer pockets so they're all the same size, and they're going to size the case that did not get completely processed in the roll sizer. When they come out of here, we're going to take them all the way to the other end. Got a tub full of them here. Nice and clean. They've been through the roll sizer, been through the processor, so they are actually ready to load at this point. And these, we run through an ammo loading machine. This thing will run, we're running it just short of 5,000 rounds an hour. It would not run that fast if we did not do all the processing ahead of time. So it's all sort of an integrated loading system, if you want to think of it that way. Just to give you an idea how it runs. So most of this stuff is pretty easy to keep up with, but you do have to be paying attention to it. And we're turning out somewhere around 20,000 plus rounds a day off of this machine alone, of the 9mm. From here, once we've got remanufactured loaded 9mm, this is going to move over to our gauging station. Every round we make is handled by somebody, literally every single round we make is handled by somebody, gauged to make sure that it seats all the way, that it's going to chamber well in the firearm. From here, we use transfer blocks to take that gauged ammo, then use these trays. This will separate this 100-round block into two 50-round sets, and then we'll package it up and label it from here. And then it's ready to go out. From going out, we're going to go all the way back to the other side of the building again. And this room is where we keep stocked the ammo that is packaged, labeled, and ready to ship out for online sales. Generally don't bring our bulk sale items in here, but same end product, same labeling and so forth. And that's the process we use here at Callaway to process range brass into Reman 9mm ammo.